She had imagined silver trays, polished shoes, and crisp uniforms. When Isabella Lane clicked the 5-star Butler experience link on the exclusive concierge service website, that was what she was paying for: a perfection. A personal butler for 2 weeks, just to test what luxury could feel like in her lonely Manhattan penthouse. She was a woman who had clawed her way up to fortune through grit and sleepless nights. Now she thought she deserved a taste of indulgence. But when the elevator doors opened on the 34th floor that Tuesday afternoon, what stepped out was not perfection. It was a man in a slightly wrinkled shirt, holding a dented suitcase in one hand, and in the other clutching his finger so was a barefoot little girl, no older than 6, with a wild mop of curls and a face that carried sunshine despite the city's grayness. "Excuse me," Isabella said, her voice sharp and clipped, as though she were addressing a late intern. "I think you're on the wrong floor. This is a private residence." The man gave a tired smile, the kind that tried to hide years of exhaustion. "Ma'am, I'm here for the butler position." Isabella blinked. She almost laughed. This was a joke. This was the concierge's idea of 5-star. "You, a butler?" Before he could reply, the little girl tugged his hand and whispered loudly enough for Isabella to hear, "Daddy, she looks like a queen." The man chuckled, kneeling so he could look his daughter in the eyes. "And queens deserve respect, Emily. Remember what we said?" The girl nodded solemnly. "Yes, sir." "Respect first." Then she did a small, clumsy curtsy, barefoot toes curling against the expensive marble floor of Isabella's hallway. Isabella was caught off guard. Something softened in her chest, though she quickly straightened, masking it with a business-like tone. "A broken bar, daughter? Why is there a child here?" This was not part of the agreement. "I know," the man admitted, clearing his throat. "But I had no choice. I'm a single dad. Her mother's gone. I couldn't leave her anywhere else. I'll work twice as hard, I promise. Just give me a chance." He looked nervous, but not desperate in the way people usually did when they wanted something from her. There was dignity in his eyes, a quiet resilience. "What's your name?" Isabella asked, narrowing her gaze. "Daniel Harper," he said. "But most people call me Danny." Her attention flicked to the battered case he carried. On the side, half unzipped, she noticed the shiny brass of a harmonica. "You play?" she asked, before she could stop herself. Danny followed her gaze and smiled. "Yeah, it helps my little one sleep when the nights get rough," Emily piped up. "He plays like magic, like the stars are singing." The girl's words landed heavier than Isabella expected. Stars singing. When was the last time anyone had described life with such wonder in her penthouse full of silence? Still, she tried to hold her ground. "This isn't what I ordered. I paid for a professional, a proper butler." Danny's smile faded, but he didn't beg. "All I ask is one day. If I don't prove myself, we'll leave. You won't even have to pay me for the trial." One day. It was nothing in Isabella's tightly scheduled life. She could endure this mistake, call the service, and demand a refund later. But something in the little girl's innocent eyes, something in the quiet steadiness of the father's voice, made her hesitate. "Fine," she said at last. "One day. Don't make me regret it." Emily clapped her hands, barefoot feet slapping against the marble, as if they just won the lottery. Danny gave a polite bow, not mocking, not forced, just simple gratitude. That night, Isabella watched from the corner of her living room as Danny set the dinner table with care, his daughter humming as she folded napkins in shapes that were far from perfect but undeniably charming. He cooked not from some Michelin recipe, but with spices that filled the room with warmth she hadn't felt in years. When Emily grew sleepy, Danny pulled out the harmonica and played a tune so gentle it felt like the city outside had fallen silent just to listen. And for the first time in her penthouse life of glass and steel, Isabella Lane felt something she hadn't bought, scheduled, or demanded. She felt human warmth. But she wouldn't admit it. Not yet. Because this was supposed to be temporary. Just one day. And yet, deep down, she already knew, nothing about Daniel Harper or his barefoot little girl was going to be ordinary.